and welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm on the Continental Divide Trail through hike from Mexico to Canada. 3,000 miles to go in total and I'm maybe 20% in right now. Many of you have been wondering what I carry in my pack. It's sort of a little bit difficult to pack for a through hike. Mostly all of the sections, they have a little bit different kind of demand on your gear. The desert is not the same like the mountains, and since I'm from Europe, I kind of try to find a compromise. It's for me not so easy to just let me send new equipment and send back my not used one anymore. I do the same thing with cheaper small stuff which I don't mind to dump again and kind of buy new, but let's say the basic big things I really try to stick on, even it might be not optimal for all the sections. But anyway, I would like to show you shortly what I have been carrying through the New Mexican desert, since we soon are in the mountains and it will look pretty different. So let's have a look at it. The backpack I chose is the Osprey Exos 58, and this might feel in parts of the trail a bit big when you don't have to carry too much food and too much water. When I bought it, it was the lightest lightweight framed backpack, which means it has these metal sticks, a little bit a better carrying system. Yeah, I really like this pack and it was for me a good compromise. If we start with the sleeping bags, it's actually not a sleeping bag, it's a quilt. It's the Enlightenment Equipment Relevation, which goes up to minus 17 degrees Celsius, and that's exactly one compromise I made. I'm a very cold sleeper and this is actually far too warm in the desert, but in the north I will need it, and as well maybe now in the mountains. But the good thing with the quilt is that it's even it's hot, you can use it as a blanket, so it's not that hot. But when it is getting really cold, you have these kind of little snaps to open and close the bag very quick. The pad I use is the Thermarest Satellite self-foamed pad, which is simply much more stable and doesn't get broken so easy like the air inflated. What I used to do, I bought the long version and I cut it off 2 cells of it, which I used to put straight under my hip in the tent, just to make sure my hip bones are not getting hurt, because the more weight you lose, the more sensitive you are up here. Additionally, it serves me during the day as a sitting pad. And then the tent is, I used the Amazar Reflex 1, and this is, I'm very happy with it. This is the mesh, the inner tent. Mostly I just have been putting up this one, but if it's raining and bad weather, I kind of have the rain fly for it, which is which really did very well, and some stakes to it. And the Amazar Reflex comes with carbon poles, which are super light, maybe a bit sensitive. It's the second set I'm using, and even this kind of have a small damage already. This tent I will have to change now, since the zipper really is gone. But I was actually expecting it made already the PCT, and so that's the second desert it has been doing, and I kind of expected that I will have to change it after the desert. So I'm not sure yet with what I will replace it, but I definitely will choose a tent again and not a tarp, like a 1 month tent. But important for me is that my backpack fits into the tent. More camp equipment I carry just in the desert, a very small, very light slipper, like a camp shoe, which is just because the desert with the heat and the beginning mostly cause blisters. I was very lucky this time, so it's very, very important to take off your shoes as much as possible and walk in something else. But these I will definitely dump now also after the desert. Further about the food system, I'm carrying the ursack, or however it's spelled in English. This is a bear-proof food bag, which is actually also very, very good for critters. That's why I'm using it all the way. Additional food which doesn't fit in the beginning of stretches, I used to have a very, very thin, ultralight sort of a storage bag additionally. Water containers. This is my regular drinking bottle, which I have like placed straight in the backpack that I can reach it very easy, which has a quick closing and is easy to drink from. This is 700 milliliters. Then smart water bottles, depending on how dry certain stretches are more or less. I use always one as the dirty water bottle and the other ones for the clean one. Additionally, I have a Platypus 2 liters water container for really dry stretches when it has to be carried a lot of water. The water I treat with this Sawyer filter, which you have seen in a video earlier. And to use this, I actually need the cap of my regular drinking bottle, so like this I can save some weight. If the water is that nasty that the filter is not enough, I used to carry some micropore or iodine based stuff to treat the water even chemical. I carry a little stove, which is that big, the fire maple titanium. I think it's something like 40 grams. Right now I've got the bigger fuel canister to it, but normally I take the smaller one if available, which is fitting very, very well in my ever new titanium cooking pot, which is the cup and everything in the same time with the lid. So and then a little mini lighter. And for cold soaking the food, I've got this Nalgene mini bottle, which I use. I can cold soak or also kind of make the food warm in here. In the same time, this Nalgene bottle is serving me as my massage tool for my knee, which I normally have to treat every evening. And additionally, I added some leukotape around in case I need it for blisters. This bottle will serve later on even as a hot water flask to the sleeping bag if needed. So this has really multi-purpose use, and if needed it's a water container as well, of course. For areas with the bears I bring a bear rope. Actually it's several to get the needed lengths, and to fix it easy I have this little bag which I then will fill with stones and hang the food in the trees. I will show this later on in a video when it's time to do so. 2 Anker power banks on each 10,000 milliamperes. This is a quick charger, this is a regular one. It's quite a lot, I know, but to make YouTube videos I really need some energy on the trail. And then a quadruple wall charger with one fast charging and 3 regular charging outlets. Quick charge cables to all the things. Of course, the phone and the little tripod where the phone is right now standing on, and some wireless Rode loudspeakers. Headset. I've got this little headset to listen music or some podcasts if needed. This is don't remember what kind of brand. And last but not least, a Nightcore headlamp. A little mini pen, some post-it paper, just in emergency, cash money, credit card. This is my insurance emergency certificate and the passport. Not 20 anymore, reading glasses. Foldable toothbrush, toothpaste, dental floss, which in the same way serves as sewing thread if needed, with here attached a little needle. As well, I have this kind of, I don't know the word in English, this kind of quick needle for some uses. Mini scissors, which I really use a lot for whatever. Then we have for wounds to cover, sterile stuff, sterile strips a few, alcohol pads to clean wounds or blisters, corn pads. This I use for treating serious hot spots. So I take one of these corn pads and I place it like this, that the center of the hot spot is in the hole, so the pressure comes away from the hot spot. If I have just slight hot spots, it's the Leukotape, which serves for the foot, or the flexible key tape, which I use to prevent hotspots or serious hotspots on the toes. If there should be blisters already, I've got Neosporin, which I place under the key tape or Leukotape. Pipette for in the desert, often used to take out cactus stitches. A nail cutter. A little micro towel for all kind of purposes to clean stuff and whatever emergencies. And nowadays you need to have a face mask with you. Around my hip I carry this fanny pack as well, which is very practical to keep the phone and whatever emergency things which you use all the time. As well, in the hip belt I carry a lipstick for the sun. I carry in the backpack in the hip belt a Garmin Spot transmitter for emergency. This is this kind of towel which serves as a handkerchief or during the daytime as a sun protection under my cap which I'm wearing. A buff, which is in cold areas together with the puffy hood, the hat, and in nighttime I stuff it with clothes and it's my pillow. A pair of spare or change darn tough socks. For my knee, a knee warmer, spare underwear, long johns which serve for colder areas during the day under my shorts and in the night time as a pyjama. The same with a thermal top Right now pyjama in the night, or later on if needed an additional warm layer in the mountains. My puffy, hog gloves, whatever, really warm and nice with a hood. Then the sun hoodie, long sleeved shirt which I used a lot in the beginning in the desert. Enough wind rain pants, which is they are pretty good, but it's of course not 100% rain proof, but it's enough. Important with rain coats is that you keep yourself warm while hiking. I don't think there is anything which keep you completely dry. I'm considering buying a Tokfrock jacket now for the thunderstorms in Colorado. I'm not sure yet. This is the same, it's an ultralight Berghaus rain jacket, wind jacket, which is serving very well. Rain gloves. I'm very sensitive in the hands, so when there is wet weather and cold, I'm extremely sensitive, so I need some kind of wet protection. And this is instead of gloves in the desert, I used these. And the rain cover for the backpack. And last but not least, a piece of Tyvek ground sheet for the tent. Things I'm wearing, I probably don't have to mention in particular, since you see this on almost every day's video, but a sun cap, the sunglasses, sort of a shirt, shorts, trail running shoes, right now the Ultra Timps, and some Dirty Girl gaiters, hiking poles, which is the Black Diamond Sat something, an ultralight carbon pole, and wrapped around here, by the way, some silver tape. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it, what I'm carried through the desert. And like I said, I will stock up with a few items now for Colorado mountains, which will be waterproof socks, probably a warm sock for the sleeping bag, eventually a frog top raincoat because of the heavy thunderstorms, down gloves. I think that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video and you kind of got an impression what is all in my little bag when I'm walking. Let's see you again in the next part. Bye. Meanwhile, eating, I realized that I forgot to tell you about my titanium long handle spoon.